Hello everyone, welcome to day 6th of October Lead Code Challenge, and let's go through today's question. Find all duplicates in an array. In this question, we are given an array of integers wherein all the elements are in the range of 1 to n. There are few elements that are missing from this array and few elements are repeated more than once, twice. We need to identify all those integers that appear twice in this input array. And the follow-up question for this is you must write an algorithm that runs in order of time n and uses only constant space. So the tricky part here comes while handling this constant space complexity. I'll be talking about this in detail in the presentation. So let's get started with the solution. Find all duplicates in an array, lead code 442. It's a medium level question on lead code and I also feel the same. The only caveat is identifying a particular trick in the question. If you know the trick, you'll be able to solve it very easily. So let's try and understand. Let's hypothetically assume that you're reading this question for the first time and so what kind of approach will come to your mind? Pretty simple and straightforward. What you can do, you can create a map, and whenever an element is repeated, the frequency of that element in the map is greater than 1. That means that element has been repeated. So let's walk through this approach. We got 4, we store the frequency as 1, then we got 3, we store the frequency as 1 again, then we got 2, we store the frequency as 1 again, then we got 7, we store the frequency as 1 again, then we got 8, we store the frequency as 1 again, then we got 2, and we update the frequency to 2. And as soon as you see that the frequency has been updated to 2, you add this element in your answer set. So 2 gets added, and then we have 3. So the frequency of 3 gets updated to 2, 3 gets added to your answer set as well, followed by a 1. The frequency of 1 is 1 in this input array. So we got the result. However, the time complexity of this approach is order of n, but the space complexity seems to be again of order of n. Consider a case where there is no repetition, then the map will take the space of as many elements as we have in the input array, which is not that we intend to do because the question stated that this should be solved in constant time. So now let's talk about the constant space solution. There was an important property that was specified in the question that all the elements lie within the range of 1 to n inclusive. And we also know that the indexes of the input array lie within the range of 0 to n minus 1 inclusive. Can we utilize these two properties to come up with constant time solution? The answer is yes. How? Let me just show that to you. Let's start the iteration. We see the first element as 4. What we are going to do, we'll take the absolute value of this element and subtract 1 from it so as to jump on to the third index. So 4 minus 1 is 3. We'll jump on to the third index and we'll negate it. Why I am subtracting 1 from the current element? Because of this discrepancy. The range starts from 1 to n and the indexes starts from 0 to n minus 1. So I'll subtract 1 from it and jump on to the third element and negate it. So 7 has been updated to minus 7. Let's continue the process. Next we see is 3. I will reduce 1 unit from this element and go to that element and negate it. So 3 minus 1 is 2. At 2 we have 2, so we'll negate 2. Let's continue the process. Next we have is minus 2. So even before starting the operation, you need to take the absolute value. We will reduce 1 from it and we will jump on to the first index and we will negate it. So this gets updated to minus 3. Let's continue the process. Next we have is 7 minus 7. So you'll take the absolute value, you'll subtract 1 from it. 7 minus 1 is 6. So you'll jump on to 6 and you will negate it. So this gets negated. Let's continue the process. Next we have is 8. You will take the absolute value, subtract 1 from it and jump on to the 7th index and negate it. Now comes the interesting case. Let me just change the color of the pen because this is the first duplication that is happening in the system. what we are going to do, next we see is 2. We will subtract 1 from it as usual, and what index we'll get, 2 minus 1 is 1, and we will jump on to 1, and what do we see? That the element has already been negated. Since it was negated in the past, it signifies that the current element is getting repeated. So as soon as you see that the element that you are trying to negate has already been negated in the past, you simply add it to your result. So this simply gets added to your result. So 2 gets added. Let's move ahead. Next we have is minus 3. You take the absolute value. You get 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. You jump on to the second element of the input array, and what do you see? That the element has already been negated in the past. That means you have seen third value in the past before. So you add 3 to your result and continue the process. Next we see is minus 1. You take the absolute value, which is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. You jump onto the 0th index and you see 4 there. It's positive. You simply update it to minus 4. I hope you got the context. What we are trying to achieve by this route is we are simply negating that particular index in the input array so as to get the logic that it has been visited in the past. If you have any doubts, don't worry, it will be all clear in the coding section. So let's jump on to the coding part. The time complexity of this approach is order of n. The space complexity is again constant space as suggested in the question. I have created my answer array and I start the iteration starting from the 0th index up till the length of the input array. I identify the index that I need to negate. How will I identify that index? So math.absolute value of the current element minus 1. So I get the index to be negated. Let me just write it in a better way. And if I see that the element at the index to be negated is already less than 0, that simply means that this element has been visited in the past. So I'll add to my result index to be negated plus 1, or what you can also write instead of this is math.absolute value. This would be pretty more understandable. The absolute value at nums of I index. If not, then I simply go and negate it. So let's try this out. Accepted. I don't know why it's not that great in terms of time complexity and so in terms of space complexity, but I think this is the best possible solution for this approach. This brings me to the end of today's session. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for viewing it. Have a great day ahead and stay tuned for more updates from Coding Decoded. I'll see you tomorrow with another fresh question, but till then, goodbye.